Hello everybody, my name is Ash and today we're going to meet the Human Guardian. Um, Human Guardian came out at the same time as Commando because they're lovers and shit, I guess, whatever. Robotic Sentinel tank specialising in defending and restoring his comrades. The Guardian is an elite Alliance soldier deployed when a dangerous situation is required. Okay, blah blah blah, whatever. I'm not going to read that because I don't usually read them. So his power list is backlash, shield boost, and warp. In the following gameplay, I didn't use warp as much as I probably should have, but honestly I went with the same as the Commando, double warp expose, anti armor. Got to get those debuffs. Got to make things die a lot quicker. I decided to skip shield boost. It's a nice utility to have, but honestly, we've got other stuff that can help us restore shields. Backlash isn't. I mean, I love backlash. It's a lot of fun to use. I always go with health and damage. Double health just doesn't. It seems okay, but like, I don't know. The reflective damage is too weak to justify having a backlash up that long. But yeah, I personally go for the durability and reflection. Recharge speed. Meh. Recharge speed is usually good enough. It's one of them where, kind of like cryo or flamethrower or the tactical cloak. It's one of them where the longer you have it out, or the more damage it. I guess it's not longer you have it out, because if you can have it out for like a minute, and if it takes no damage, it'll come. You can recharge it immediately. But it's all based. The cooldown's based on how much damage it receives. So sometimes, I'll pull out my backlash and everything will stop shooting. I'll pull it away. Reload. It'll recharge immediately. Honestly, I just think having health over recharge speed is a lot more beneficial, because you're able to tank those hits and you're able to reflect, certain projectiles like the Ascendant Ball that can go through walls. A lot of fun. In fact, whenever I play a backlash character or a melee character, I always prefer to play against Ket. Damage aftermath, tank damage, and then as soon as I sponge enough damage, I'll just start shooting and melee and everything. It actually can proc before your shield breaks, so if your shield starts going red, best thing to do is to just start shooting, and that way you won't get staggered from your Aegis being broken. And you can just, have maximum output, because you only get 3 seconds. If one of them seconds is spent in a stagger animation, it's kind of wasted damage potential. Apex training, very basic, passive. A lot of classes have it. Went for power and melee to beef up the power damage of backlash, and warp. Well, warp isn't too important, but it's mostly there for backlash, and also the melee damage. And the melee on this character is amazing. Headshot damage, because we're not doing combos, and hey, you can headshot people with backlash, believe it or not. Weapons damage and stability. I mean, to be fair, you can go either or with these. Maybe you could. I mean, hell, I'd even suggest skipping on rank 6 on the Apex training and putting the few points into a shield boost, so you've got a bit of recharge on that shield boost. Worth a thought. Max shields, go with max shields again. To be fair, I don't really have a preference between more shields and health and shield reduction, recharge regeneration. I don't know. I've got no preference between these two. So it's entirely up to you. Batic Link. Honestly, I mean, if you warp a lot of people, you can get a lot of health back. It's pretty good for a long range option. But with this character, I would definitely suggest the barrier drain, because it just boosts up your melee damage by a ridiculous amount, for one, and you get shields restored by melee. And saving barrier in case we fuck up, because I'm not going to be getting many kills with my biotic abilities, so this seems like a waste. But again, if you play more aggressively with your powers, I guess maybe this would be an option, but honestly, saving barrier seems like the best choice. Or you could just, like, you know, have 6, you know, have 5 in each of these and then put the 4 points into restoration. It's entirely up to you. But this is the way I built it. So the following gameplay, it's going to be Shorty, the shotgun. I'm using this because I was just trying to get the challenge for it. I would actually recommend a siphon weapon instead, but here we are. The mods we've got, we're using light choke, you know, dampens the reload speed, but hey, can't go wrong with that accuracy. Really tightens the spread, as you'll see in the following gameplay. And melee damage 38%. Now, even though we got the light one at a higher rank, the shotgun clip size is too much of a sacrifice. I'd rather go with the weight with less melee damage. I don't think there's going to be a world of difference between 42% and 38% melee damage. And the gameplay that will come up in a second, I used a silver rail lamp and a silver melee amp, because honestly, like, I was just fucking around. The gameplay I was gonna do, I'm gonna show, it was just gonna be a warm-up, but it ended up being a full thing, and I guess I'll explain why when we get to it. But yeah, I was just trying to get a quick game with it to, you know, get my bearings before I actually record the real gameplay. But hey, I did so well in this upcoming gameplay that well, I thought I might as well save it and upload it. Now, as for the gear bonus, I went with a commando package because it gives us that 10% weapon damage and that power damage. But you could go either way. With the since this guy is a tank and a melee, I think Juggernaut Shield might be a beneficial thing. Or maybe you can just go with the silver ranked one with the hydraulic joints. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to go over to the gameplay now. So anyway, hello guys, this is the gameplay. So when I started this, it was going to be a warm-up, and my line of thinking was, hey, let me, you know, just play solo, people will join, it's a public game, whatever. Nobody joined. So this is a gold solo. I've never done a gold solo before. I've never desired it, but I guess I kind of accidentally did a successful gold solo. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am not good at. I've never considered myself good enough to do it. I think, you know, I always thought it was a waste of time. There was no challenges tied to doing a solo, which is a shame because it was in Mass Effect 3, but not in this game. So yeah, I thought it was a good. So you know, whatever. So yeah, this is not going to be an expert gameplay like you'd expect from like certain YouTubers that, you know, did put out the gold solos, because, you know, this is it. So anyway, I should speak about the character, because the fact that I can play a gold solo on a character that isn't an infiltrator, and I'm not that good at it. I think that should speak volumes about how good this character can be. So with the silver shotgun and the silver melee thing, I was doing quite a lot of damage. I mean, look at that. I'm one-shotting somebody, the red bars, with like my standard melee attack. Now, the Cathalon. That is basically the. I mean, to be fair, like, it's so good that this class probably should have been an ultra rare. Like, get the fucking, you know, Batarian Vanguard out of the ultra rare slots and put this guy in there, because this guy's melee is amazing. It's very similar to the Asari Duelist's sword with the spin and slash, except it doesn't lock onto people. It's kind of just like a free range thing. So it's kind of like, you could compare it more to the the Krogan hammer, where it can like hit multiple enemies within an area. Since he spins, you can get like enemies that are behind you as well. So it's pretty good if you've like surrounded by a pack of dogs. You just spin and cut them all down. And somebody, if you pay attention to like the health bar, a successful hit will recover the health. Now partner that with the biotic, the barrier drain, with the the plus 50 melee and the 15% shield recovery on melee hits. You're basically recovering both shields and health at the same time, and that's kind of the main reason why I was able to somewhat stay alive without using a siphon weapon. Now I think using a siphon weapon would greatly benefit this class, but just to show that I need it, look at that. I'm in a bit of a shit situation. Look at that. I take out 3 bloody. Oh, actually, no, I take out 2. I thought I got that guy there. I didn't get him. I take out 2 with 1 slash, and my health is like back up again. And you partner that with like shield boost and backlash to help you block incoming damage. You've got a very survivable class here. Now that being said, since this is my first stab at a gold solo, well, it's not my first stab, but it was my first like successful one, and I just happened to get it on recording, so I guess that's kind of lucky. Yeah, this is my first stab. Like I was actually like, impressed at how well I did, and obviously since it's being it was my first stab, I pretty much burned through all my resources. I didn't have any revives by like wave 7 came around. I had no revives left. I was like, oh god, please don't be upload, please don't be upload. It was devices, so it was not too bad. Got unlucky with wave 3. I mean, I'm telling you, I'm spoiling the video that you're watching. I don't know why I'm doing that, but yeah, you see there, kind of getting surrounded there. So yeah, this is a post-game commentary, so like I wasn't really speaking or trying to do anything. Like this wasn't supposed to be a video. This is me waiting for people to join. For fuck's sake, where is everybody? And you do recover quite a bit of health, and I don't know if that's tied to the damage output, how much health you recover. That was okay. That health, all that health came back because it was a wave change, but. Here we go. This is where I started sweating. I'm like, oh shit, no one's joined. It's fucking hack. What am I gonna do? It's in the fucking LZ. To be fair, I think I prefer the LZ to the room I was just in. Then they have a lot of cover. Enemies have a lot of cover. Your dog's constantly coming up behind you through the doorway. Not very fun. So yeah, this entire hack wave is a complete shit show. So if you don't like shit shows, turn it off. But yeah, this class is very doable. I was kind of like, weren't too bothered about it when it first came out. I was like, okay, whatever. Barrier, shield boost, whatever. Team player game. It's kind of like, I kind of thought it was like another version of the Asari Sentinel. But instead of having like the energy drain that can heal your teammates, I figured it was more like a, more of a passive support build, and it can be like you can build it like that. You can skip, like you could probably in theory skip warp and go straight for shield boost and be like a full support guy. But honestly, like. Warp is such a powerful and useful ability that it seems just insane not to skip it. Like it's like going with the Batarian Scrapper or the Human Juggernaut and not going with Snap Freeze. Like, why? It's such a good perk and it helps everybody. I call it a perk. I don't know why I called it a perk. It's a power. I think I got maybe I'm thinking of like Call of Duty or fucking Fallout or some shit. Anyway. Such a valuable asset to have. Warp, it's one of them unskippable abilities. Contrary to what I said in the Batarian Vanguard video, I think Flat Cannon is up there with unskippable because every class that I have that has access to Flat Cannon, Flat Cannon gets leveled up immediately. Stagger, bleed, good shit. But we're talking about the Human Guardian, and I mean, it's just a lot of fun. Like he's, you know, I kind of, like I said, I kind of wrote him off as like another version of the Asari Sentinel, until a friend of mine started playing with him, leveling him up, and saying, "Holy shit, this guy can like melee, you know, heal on melee." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, there's a perk for that." And he's like, "No, the health." And I'm like, "Yes, I gotta fucking have a look at this." So yeah, it's kind of cool. It's kind of like he has a similar animation to the Asari Duelist. And look at that, I'm getting shit pushed in. I almost survived. I think I was like hammering the button for the med kits, but you know how it is with this game. Sometimes the button inputs can just be like, no thanks. But yeah, it's kind of got a similar animation to the Asari Duelist, but the Asari Duelist, it's more for single enemies. Like it'll be like a soft lock-on ability. Look at that! I just killed Ket Wraith that was behind me. It does put me out of cover a little bit when I do it, but hey, I'm recovering my health slowly without popping my head out to shoot some siphon weapons. So there's perks to it. You know, you just let the dogs come towards you. You hit them through cover, hit them behind you, easy. Like honestly, I weren't expecting to actually be able to do this. But yeah, the Asari Duelist doesn't have has iframes in it, and it has like a soft lock-on feature. It's kind of like a mini Vanguard charge. I'd compare it to like the Cabal Vanguard from Mass Effect 3, with how her thing works. But since on her thing she has invincibility frames, iframes, whatever you want to call them, tomato. And definitely gives her a bit of survivability. But the only survivability she'll get back is her Vanguard charge and her biotic drain. This guy, however, doesn't have access to charge, so he has to make do with his melee and his shield boost. But shield boost, you know, if you spec into it, you could get it to recharge as much as Vanguard charge. So it's different ways to play this guy. But I'd definitely highly recommend him as like an aggressive like melee character, even though I'm not playing aggressively in this gameplay because it's fucking gold solo. Don't want to run out and get my shit pushed in. That would be, you know, bad for your health. I'm trying to long range people with a fucking shotgun. But hey, you know what not smart choke, I'm using the light choke. You know, the choke, the heavy, you know, the choke is you know, tightening that aim really well, and you know, the shorty is a very good shotgun. I'd compare it to like a burst fire piranha. Look at that, and even through a wall, doesn't give a shit that I'm like below him either. So his survivability comes from his heal and shield recovery. Look at that, I'm killing like 2 people at once. Oh god. Also backlash, you know, just jumping around, backlashing. Like I'm not even like trying to. Half the time I don't even like try and, you know, reflect shots. I'm just there to survive. And look at that, I'm in a bad situation. Got no bloody cooldown anywhere. Get out of here. Just jumping all over the place to stop people from punching my backlash away. I said this is not any stretch of imagination, and you know, an expertly done solo attempt, but you know, I got it done, so I must have done something correct. And another thing you can like compare the Guardian with the Duelist is he has the teleportation dodge, so you can like dodge and go through walls. And you know, when it comes to extraction and the extraction wave and the devices wave, I do use that quite a lot. And, damn, I used the wrong power there. I probably should have gone with shield boost, but I don't think it would have helped me anywhere. I should have probably hit one of the revive buttons or the med kits. kind of weird. I haven't done like I've done very few like post commentaries. Usually the most I do for post the most I think I did do a commentary on the mercenary build that I did, but that was more like me rambling over edited footage, and well, it got no likes, 2 dislikes, and no views, and barely any views, so whatever. But I think you know what? I think this class, you know, being pretty much the final class to be released, you know, even though it was released at the same time as the Commando, you know, she appears before him on the list of classes, so I'm going to consider this the last class, and it's a good class to end on. Like, I don't really see that many people use this class, and I might dare say it's underrated. Look at that. Fucking everybody up. Although it does look kind of stupid with his purple bloody fishbowl. Kind of designed him to have like similar colour scheme to the Kinet Assist. I probably should have changed the lights on it though, because it looks kind of stupid bright green. But I think it's there to go with the Ket's thing. Look at that, and that's why I like to play Ket on a backlash melee build. And to be fair, melee, I usually like, if I'm playing a class that relies on melee, I will, you know, change the server to, like, you know, if I'm host, I'll change the server to, you know, Ket. One, because I just find Ket, you know, easy. You know, those berserkers can be a fucking pain in the ass, honestly. That go through the wall to get out of that horrible situation there. And also, like, since I play like random, like, you know, majority of the time, it's like, oh, I want to play a melee class for this next round, and then, you know, set it all up, and who do we get? Remnant, where like half the fucking enemies, you know, fly around. And look at that. I wanted to go in and like backlash the Ascendant Orb, and my fucking look at that, I'm panicking. I wanted to go in there and backlash the Ascendant Orb into the crowd of enemies, because, you know, that's something I'd really enjoy doing. There's been times like I've been getting, like, you know, multi-kills just from you know, backlashing an Ascendant Orb. Especially on like higher difficulties, like, you know, Platinum or something. You know, there's not many red bars on Platinum, but you know, you can do a lot of work, because obviously their damage will get reflected back at them. So it's not like, you know, you're going to be using your wimpy little, you know, standard damage. You know. And also the perk gives you like 150% reflect on it. I believe it's 150%. Let me just get it up on the screen here. On my screen, not on the video, because, you know, you're watching the video. I think you are. I don't know. Are you still here? Hello? Whatever. Backlash, yeah, you get like reflection 150% more. So like any damage that they would have dealt on, like, you know, Platinum or with that Ascendant Orb, you're reflecting pretty much that plus 50% on top of it, which, you know, can result in a good amount of damage. You know, there's been times where I've killed like Ascendants with their own like ball. Like, it's pretty insane. You know, I think it's pretty much the only boss. I mean, you can reflect the look at that. Destin didn't have a chance. You can reflect like the bullets on the turrets and the Hydra Gauss cannons, but look at that. Really shouldn't have died there. That was my last revive pack, so it's arse clenching now. It's fucking, look at that. The backlash gets completely ignored there. Kind of annoying. So yeah, this class is kind of a. You know, I lost my train of thought because I was too busy watching the gameplay. But yeah, I've killed like Ascendants with their own orbs, and it's like the only boss that I mean, you can reflect their like light little zaps that they do. This guy's just been a pain in the fucking ass. He reflects their all their attacks, whereas like the other boss ones, like the Destroyer, the Progenitor, Hydra variants, you know, that kind of stuff. You can reflect their small arms, but it doesn't really do much. You can't really reflect the Destroyer's like massive like tank attack. Because imagine if you could, that would be pretty valuable on like, you know, Platinum, if you could like, because you know you can do precision hits with backlash. So if you like reflected the Destroyer cannon with back into its own mouth, and I'm going to call it a mouth because, you know, whatever. You could potentially fuck it up, but no, you just absorb it, and the same goes for the Hydra missiles. You just sponge them, and typically you lose all your shield. Oh, look at that! There's so many people there. I'm like, you know, walk around the corner. I'm trying to fucking do this device. Because at this point, I'm like, fuck it. As long as I get the do the objective, I'll still get the credits. That was the line of thinking here. So I think I did all right for these devices. With this guy fucking shooting through cover, or just barely being able to shoot over cover. Wasn't too fond of that. And this is the worst location for any objective in this map. I really don't like this location. It's just, you're just completely surrounded. I managed to survive, but I was hitting the first aid kit like mad there. Now I'm just like playing conservative, like trying my best not to die so I can get the credits. I'm just running away using my teleporting abilities, and look at that. There's always an anointed sneaking around somewhere, isn't there? Just silently standing around, not making noise, not being able to be staggered unless they have no shields. But sometimes you're just trying to panic stagger them. That's why Black Cannon's important, but that's not on this class. Look at that shot, is amazing. Obviously warp. I don't didn't use warp as much as I probably could have, but you know, I'm pretty much using warp in my commando video, for, you know, to showcase how good that is. So yeah, this Meet the series, it took, you know, longer. You know, obviously these characters came out over a year ago, and I probably should have done the video when it came out, but I was too deep into Destiny 2, and with the negative backlash from the Artificer video, I was kind of just like, I can't really be asked. But since I've been playing a lot recently, I'm gonna just release these two videos, and I thought, you know what, a gold solo and a platinum game just seems right, you know. Yeah, it's got good range as well, this shot, but I think that might be to do with the chokes that I've got on. Let's put his shields back on, but I'll just warp it. It has a bit of dot damage, so you can't really fault it. Now, here we are, Wave 7 Extraction. Now, I'm like sitting here thinking, oh shit, I could actually do this. And this wave, I don't think I actually, I think I kill these guys to get my health back, and that's about it. You know, I only engage when if necessary, and at this point, I'm just like trying my best to survive because we've got like 2 ascendants here. The backlash doesn't reflect it, but it doesn't sponge it either, like, so I can get away with that. And I fucking nearly died there, trying to teleport through the wall, and the guy decides, oh no, I'm going to use cover. And then sometimes when you try and trying to dash into cover, you end up bloody teleporting past the cover. So as you see, I'm just like using the old classic, you know, run around, do laps around the map to like manipulate the enemies to like follow me in a certain way. It works to an extent. I went with this method because I thought it was preferential to like killing them, because killing them they could respawn anywhere. You could kill an enemy, and then you know all of a sudden that enemy will respawn and be in your intended like pathway. That wouldn't have. I don't think that would have been that much of an issue. Like the fucking got ascendants everywhere. It wouldn't have been an issue because I could have teleported through them like I just did with that ascendant and destined. But obviously if you don't have that ability, you know, you kind of shit out of luck there. Like I'm just not trying my best not to engage with anything. You know, 30 seconds left and figuring out what the fuck I want to do. I'm just gonna run at the back of the map and hope everybody is okay with it. Luckily there's nobody down here at the low road area. There we go. Look at that. So yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty impressed with myself, and I'm pretty impressed with this class. So yeah, basically, as you can tell from that gameplay, I'm not very good. As you can tell by my commentary, I'm, you know, no expert at anything. So, but this class, if this class can take somebody who's, you know, shit at solo, you know, solo gameplays and stuff, and you know, carry me through it, you know, it's got some worth to it. You know, it's very survivable, so I definitely recommend playing it. And I guess this is it for the meat of the series. I might do a top 10 for classes or revisit them, but I don't know. I doubt I'm going to make any more videos for this game. There's no support for it. I don't think there's a community for it, for making these videos, so who knows. Oh, well, the video's over, and I will hopefully see you guys in the servers.